Welcome to this QLTS School presentation on an introduction to the SQE, or the Solicitors Qualifying Examination. In this presentation we're going to look at the SQE itself, which is the new way to qualify as an English solicitor. It's a two-stage assessment and we'll look at each stage and what is expected in each, and the flexible training options available to you from QLTS School to help you be in the best position you can be to pass the assessment on your first attempt. So let's take a quick look at what the SQE actually is. The Solicitors Qualifying Examination, and we'll refer to it throughout this presentation as the SQE, is a single national licensing exam that all aspiring solicitors must take before qualifying as English solicitors, regardless of their professional background and qualifications. As with previous qualifying examination regimes, it is regulated by the Solicitors Regulation Authority, and similar to the Qualifying Lawyers Transfer Scheme or QLTS, which the SQE will replace, it's administered exclusively by Kaplan. It is open for both non-law and law degree graduates, paralegals, legal executives, apprentices and foreign qualified lawyers. And in addition to the SQE assessments themselves, there is a 2-year qualifying work experience requirement prior to formal qualification and admission to the role of English solicitors. The SQE is comprised of 2 stages of assessments. Stage 1 is known as the Functioning Legal Knowledge or FLK assessments, and there are 2 of these. The FLK as a whole assesses your legal knowledge in a practical context, consisting of both substantive, i.e. black letter, and procedural law. There are 360 questions overall, divided into 2 exams of 180 questions each, and both exams are administered entirely through computer-based testing. The second stage of the SQE is the Legal Skills Assessment. For those of you who have sat or are aware of the QLTS, this is equivalent to the OSCE, or Objective Structured Clinical Examination. So it consists of simulated legal environments known as stations, which sample across skills and practice in prescribed areas of law, and there are 16 of these in total. They're a combination of role plays and computer-based stations depending on the skill that is being assessed. Candidates cannot choose a practice area, and there is 1 single pass mark across all of the stations. The 6 skills are interviewing and preparation of an attendance note, advocacy, legal research, legal drafting, legal writing, and case and matter analysis. The 5 legal practice areas in which the legal skills are assessed are dispute resolution, criminal litigation, business law and practice, property practice, and wills and administration of estates. It is important to understand both the rules and sequencing of the SQE. Candidates must first pass stage 1 before they can attempt stage 2. This is logical when you think about it, as stage 1 requires that candidates demonstrate their knowledge of both of the substantive and procedural law, whereas stage 2 assumes that level of knowledge in order to assess them on their practical legal skills. Candidates must pass both SQE1 and SQE2 stage assessments within 6 years, and there is a maximum of 3 attempts permitted to pass each stage within a 6-year period. Exemptions can be granted by the SRA from a whole component of the SQE to foreign lawyers only if they can show they have the relevant background. The threshold is very high, and you shouldn't automatically expect this exemption. As mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, the assessments are administered and delivered by Kaplan, the sole assessment provider. Each stage of the assessments will be offered twice a year in the UK and internationally in some countries and some parts. There are no formal requirements to follow prior to sitting the assessments, so there is not, for example, a requirement to demonstrate a proficient level of English through certification. Some of you familiar with the QLTS may see a lot of similarities between the structure and content of the QLTS and the SQE. You wouldn't be incorrect in that view, although we would add that whilst it is very similar, and the QLTS was the previous fast-track route exclusively available for foreign lawyers to dual qualify, the difference here is the SQE has more law, more skills, and more assessment time. So why do you need a training provider? Why not just pick up some books and have a go yourself? Well, for a start, Kaplan, which is the sole assessment provider, is not allowed to provide preparation courses. This is a key difference between the SQE and the previous LPC or Legal Practitioners course, which allowed assessment providers to both provide the training and provide the assessments. The syllabus is very comprehensive and it covers the entire corpus of English law. There are a limited number of attempts, and the costs of retakes, as well as the assessments themselves, is very high, both in terms of financial cost and time investment. The SQE1, the Functioning Legal Knowledge Test, has no specific or predetermined pass mark. The pass mark is instead determined by a standard setting panel, which is a group of lawyers convened by the SRA who attempt the assessment themselves, and it is based on very rigorous and very robust criteria. You must therefore excel and score a higher mark than the average in order to pass. And the SQE2 is a very practical assessment. It's analogous to medical training, where trainee doctors need to demonstrate that they can, for example, take a blood sample from a patient, not just answer multiple choice questions about it. Because of the unique and practical nature of these assessments, you cannot adequately prepare just by reading a book. QLTS School has provided preparation materials for candidates attempting the QLTS assessments since the QLTS was introduced in 2011. QLTS School has extensive experience in providing training materials, ongoing updates, and student support for these types of assessments. QLTS School's existing materials already carefully reflect the precise scope of the SRA specification. What this means is, as with the QLTS and the SQE, the QLTS School materials provide exactly what you need to know in terms of the procedural and substantive law to pass the assessment. No more and no less. The materials are developed and written by 25 to 30 legal professionals and are regularly updated as the law changes. QLTS School has invested in excess of £1 million in research and development of materials, online training systems, and support and access to ensure that you have the full support across the assessment, preparation, and general support areas needed to guide you through the process. QLTS School also has extensive experience and a successful proven track record, with training thousands of candidates from the world's top law firms for the QLTS since 2011 with fantastic success rates. QLTS School also uses the latest technology, allowing you to access materials and study on a PC, tablet or mobile wherever you are in the world. All you need is an internet connection. QLTS School will be releasing a comprehensive set of preparation courses to cover both Stage 1 and Stage 2 of the SQE. Looking first at the preparation materials for Stage 1 or the Functioning Legal Knowledge Assessment, this will consist of 18 comprehensive textbooks covering all areas of practice. You'll also receive access to a video library of over 200 online tutorials, in excess of 60 hours worth of time, available to watch on computer and mobile devices. We've also prepared 5,000 digital flashcards, which consist of short questions and answers on each of the topics covered by the syllabus, ideal for revision. We've also saved you the hard work of preparing your own revision notes, and we've done this for you. These revision notes are accessible and summarise the key points and main legal principles. You spend less time writing and more time studying. You'll also have access to our online question bank of over 3,000 multiple choice practice questions. Our experience and feedback is that this is a crucial element for the success of candidates in being able to prepare and attempt the assessments. You'll also have access to 30 mock tests, which mimic the content, structure and timing of the SQE assessments themselves. There are 90 questions per mock test, and there's 15 on each of Functioning Legal Knowledge 1 and Functioning Legal Knowledge 2. You'll also get free periodic updates for the course materials as the law changes. The SRA will expect you to be assessed on the law as it stands. Therefore, if a change comes in halfway through your preparation period, you do need to be familiar with it. We will help you with this. If you elect, you can also receive initial guidance and a tailor-made study plan. You can also have access to ongoing tutor support so that you can have any specific queries answered by telephone or email. All of our course content is accessible through SQE Learning, our proprietary online training system, and the courses are designed to meet the special needs of candidates with hearing or sight difficulties. QLTS School's preparation course and materials for Stage 2 of the SQE reflects the unique nature of this particular assessment. For a start, you'll receive practice area summaries covering the essential elements of the law, and as with the Stage 1 materials, you'll also have access to relevant video libraries, practice cards, and flashcards. In addition, you'll have access to 250 mock exams with suggested solutions for self-assessment. Remember that these are a wide range of legal skills that are assessed and are not multiple choice questions. Each mock exam is structured and contains materials and suggested answers precisely tailored to meet this unique assessment type. You'll also have access to SQE Skills Online, which contains more than 60 interactive exercises covering the 5 skills, complemented by video and audio material, and a textbook to help you really hone your technical legal skills. You'll also have access to legal skills video workshops. This is a suite of about 100 video workshops with role-play scenarios and professional presentations. Honing your legal skills won't just put you in good stead for the assessment, it will also be crucial to your success in life as an English solicitor. You'll also receive an initial consultation and a tailor-made study plan, mock practice stations with one-to-one tutor feedback, and unlike the self-assessment mock exams, this allows an external party experienced in legal tuition and the SQE and its requirements to really give you the feedback you need to put you in the best possible position to attempt the assessments. You can also opt to attend live workshops with an experienced legal skills trainer so that you can meet your peers and benefit from live tuition and access to an experienced tutor. The course is designed to bridge the gap between academic study of the practice areas, the foundation subjects, and the legal skills. Just like the assessment, the preparation emphasizes practice over theory. You'll also receive a personalized preparation course with access to an expert tutor. You'll be assigned this expert tutor on day 1, and they will work with you to prepare a customized study program reflecting your experience, your current skill level, your requirements, and your availability. QLTS School's expert tutors are drawn from qualified solicitors and barristers, legal skills trainers, senior university law lecturers, and LPC tutors and SRA external examiners. The key thing is that all of our experts are familiar with what the SRA expects, what the law is, and what's involved in the assessments. You will be in very good hands. Even though the SQE hasn't been launched yet, QLTS School is raring to go. The SQE training is a continuation of QLTS's existing business. There's no trial and error period. Because QLTS School has spent nearly a decade in providing tuition and preparation for candidates attempting the QLTS, it already has the materials, the structure, and the experience ready to adapt to the SQE. The SRA will publish pass rates of SQE providers, offering full transparency so that you can assess how your candidates perform. QLTS School's preparation materials will also be priced attractively, similar to the QLTS courses. But don't just take our word for it. Go onto our website and look at our SQE sample materials, including free mock tests. And you can also check out interviews with some of our successful candidates who passed the QLTS assessments on their first attempt. They'll provide you with insight, feedback, and tips on how best to put yourself in a position to pass the assessments on the first attempt. So that's all for now. We're working very hard behind the scenes to get ready for launch, and if you want more information, please contact us using any of the contact details on the screen. Thank you very much for your attention, and we look forward to you joining others as a QLTS School candidate for the SQE.